GMO fam was good. You feel me? It's your boy KDG. 2 times, man. Not 1 time, but 2 times, man. Y'all know that. 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 Y'all know the vibes, man. You feel me? Back at it again. Shazam! With another video. We got a Bloodhound. Feel me? Little Bloodhound video. Lil Jeff. Know what I'm saying? Let's get into it. I don't fake none of my reactions. All my reactions live. It seemed like y'all love these videos, so we're gonna keep coming with these videos. And let's get into it. Bloodhound. That was cringy as hell. I shouldn't even did that shit. Let's get into the video.
When it comes to Lil Jeff and his alleged bodies, the rumors and theories tend to range from the absurd, suggesting that he's truly a demon catching all of these.
Let me ask y'all a serious question. I need y'all to be real with yourself. Don't be real with me. Be real with yourself. Do y'all think Bloodhound Lil Jeff was really out here murking shit you word? Do y'all really think that? Comment below.
Bodies to pretty much complete denial that he ever killed anyone at all. But there's no doubt to me that Jeff was really in these streets though, with several videos circulating on Q50's Instagram years later showing that by 2024 Lil Jeff was indeed a hardened gangster riding around the city, constantly strapped with guns, ready to kill at a moment's notice. However, it would seemingly be a process of several years before he would become the hardened gang member he was known as today. In one of the earliest YouTube videos covering Jeff's alleged bodies, his rumored murder spree stretches all the way back to September 2014, with his first alleged body supposedly being an 18-year-old who went by the name Mally Mal, real name Kamal Burton, who was allegedly affiliated with the 8-Tray mob. Although the murder itself would take place in the far south side in the Altgeld Gardens community, at the time Jeff would have barely been a 12-year-old boy, seemingly gifted in basketball. He would have been spending most of his days training for a career in the sport. Also, according to a CPD spokesperson, Mal was approached by 2 men who then opened fire. The idea of a scrawny 12-year-old Jeff being mistaken for a grown man in this case sounding pretty unlikely. But for further context, even Jeff's own brother Boogie would have still only been 16 years old at the time of Mal's murder, albeit he would arguably always look older than his age. In more time, we'll likely learn much more about Jeff and his younger years as things come out, but when it comes to his deeds in the streets, it's likely much more sensible to take his own account of his childhood seriously. As he would recount in his DJU interview, Jeff would allegedly truly get in the streets quite late in his life, around 2020, this being his last year in high school and graduation.
So around what age?
It seems like everybody that don't know what they want to do in life, like if they don't want to go to college or do something else, they always go to the streets. Like you could tell this nigga was a basketball player, bro. I don't respect niggas that used to hoop and shit like that and it didn't work out, so now I'm a shooter. Like, shit is dumb, bro. Go get a job. It's not your life, gang.
Age that you jump off the porch and start hanging out in the streets?
I'm gonna say when I came outside for real, I was like 18 type.
18 is crazy, gang. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You should have at L Mans, bro. Whoever this nigga Mans was, bro, he was hooping his whole life. Look like. I could be wrong. He was hooping his whole life, gang. It don't work out, so now I'm about to start shooting. Like, bro, come on, bro. I still wasn't anywhere at young age. Huh. I gotta get these shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, these Pringles rocking. Let me finish this last one to finish what I was saying. Gang, he started coming outside at 18, at least 14. I was outside like 13, 14, even 12, 11. I was outside. I ain't saying I'm a outstanding shooter, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, outside, bro, being outside, bro, come on. 18, bro, 18 is diabolical, I ain't gonna lie. Could've just kept going what you was doing.
Okay.
I just turned like 18.
However, this certainly doesn't mean that Jeff's childhood was normal by any of broader society standards, as Jeff would also open up to DJU, saying that his father was not in his life growing up, as he too, quote-unquote, stood on business. This perhaps being a reference to Jeffrey Harris Sr.'s alleged time in the streets with the 068 C block.
Let's say back then he went around.
So I was acting weird as shit. It's bogus. It's cool. I'm dope, man. He be doing what he do.
So how did that affect you back then, though? Not having pops around?
OG stood on business, so, you know, that shit didn't matter for real.
But moreover, as we know now, Jeff's big brother, J Boogie, had clearly been in the streets since at least the early 2010s, which would seemingly affect Jeff's life and his experiences growing up significantly.
And I'm doing that. I've been seeing my whole life, you know what I'm saying? I told you I got an older brother, so this ain't nothing new for real. It's the same shit I've been seeing. Everything I was doing, I saw already.
One of these significant moments in the young Jeff's life would of course be witnessing the murder of Kenny Mack. Whilst another incident that affected Jeff growing up was his family house getting shot up with one of the bullets, according to Jeff, whizzing by right next to his head.
So can you tell us like who introduced you to the street life?
My brother.
Your older brother, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And how was he showing you the ropes?
Let me tell you, my crib got shot up when I was like 14. I was some stupid ass. The bullet that flew like right past my face. They had shot the back and the front. Then they blew the car and set that on fire. It was busting. I ain't gonna lie, it was going on. That almost hit me, though. See what I'm saying, though? Shit like that play a part. All type of just seeing that shit every day. I was seeing it every day, you know what I'm saying? So at everything I was seeing that shit all the time.
That's what I be meaning when I say some people be a product of their environment, bro. It's hard, bro. Some people don't have them people. Like where I live, bro, I'm not saying I live in a perfect neighborhood, but my shit is cool, but like shit go down, you get what I'm saying? But you don't gotta like be a part of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's on you, which your mindset is at. Oh, I know I'm living in here, but I don't gotta do the shit these niggas doing, you know what I'm saying? Like it seemed like he just seen it all his life and he just was bound to be in it. That's what I'm getting from it.
Just like I'm doing right now. It's just I'm a part of it now, so it's different.
Now, it's important to remember that while Jeff would seemingly appear in the drill scene almost out of nowhere, he was always the product of his environment, and that environment being one of the most dangerous in the whole of Chicago during the 2010s and beyond. When it comes to Jeff's time in the streets after 2020, when he supposedly got involved with the Bloodhounds heavy through his brother, there's still no shortage of alleged victims that are commonly or less commonly attributed to his supposed double-digit body count, with even the YouTuber who had originally published one of the first supposed body lists of Jeff spinning back with a new video sometime later, this time including only names post-2020. One of the more obscure names on this list of people that Lil Jeff allegedly took the lives of was an alleged member of the crew Hit Squad by the name of Lil Gutter, real name Ronnie L. Sistruk Jr., who would lose his life in 2021 around the same time when the young Bloodhounds such as Vert and Jeff would allegedly be responsible for the deaths of the A-Tray members Clay and crew, with Gutter being shot down on the 13th of May 2021, eerily exactly 1 month after the murder of crew on the 13th of April. Gutter would be caught on the 700 block of 79th Street, this location being a mere 4 minutes walk from the intersection of 79th and Maryland, one of the main spots that Jeff and other Bloodhound members have claimed in their music videos. However, when it comes to any actual proof that Jeff or the Bloodhounds were behind this murder, the evidence seems to be slim to none, with this particular case further muddled by the fact that Hit Squad would have another, much more known member called Gutter too, who would unfortunately also end up losing his life, in this case in 2015, allegedly by the Bloodhound affiliated set MTV 079, whose members have commonly dissed this Gutter over the years too. Another less commonly heard name in this YouTuber's list is an alleged member of the Evans mob called Black, real name Roger Lewis, who was a 33-year-old OG of his block, shot dead in a drive-by whilst driving in March 2022. The only problem with this theory is that Black's alleged killer was in fact charged already the following month in April 2022 and is now serving his sentence for the murder. Also in 2022, Jeff would end up losing someone seemingly very close to him, a man named Jamarian Loston, better known in the streets as J-Mo, who was allegedly part of the 06679 Alliance. There are some rumors that claim that it was this murder that motivated Jeff to catch his first body as revenge, this victim getting allegedly caught outside of a corner store or gas station, as Jeff and other Bloodhounds have implied in several songs. Later on,
that's crazy how this nigga don't even live in Chicago, gang, and he's just sitting behind a computer all day and just looking shit up, bro. Watching niggas on Instagram. If nobody ever used these right here, these cellular devices, a lot of shit wouldn't be able to get caught up and stuff like that. Like, it's crazy, bro.
there would also be some rumors surfacing online that Jeff was supposedly even carrying out contract killings all the way in Milwaukee, with one Chiracologist dropping a picture in the comments of Jeff hanging out with some alleged local gang members from Milwaukee, with this picture being from a music video of the rappers Ghost, 53206, Super Throwed Fay Fay, and K-Rax called Plenty Missed Calls, released in July 2023. This outfit actually being the very same one that Jeff is wearing in his music video for the song N-Words B12, released on March 2023. In fact, even now, K-Rax still seemingly has Jeff as his profile picture on Instagram, which he likely changed following Jeff's death. Jeff and the other Bloodhounds would also later make several references to doing contract killings and to Milwaukee, with JB Bin Laden rapping in the song Run But Can't Hide that also features Lil Jeff how the Bloodhounds have blood for hire, meaning that they're they're selling hits too. Whilst Jeff himself would also rap in the song LA Freestyle how someone tripped and got killed and how he's in Milwaukee like the NBA team, the Milwaukee Bucks. Q52 would claim in the leaked song BH4L how people know that he has bodies from state to state and that he's clapping people in Milwaukee for money. However, while some people on Reddit swear that this is a fact, there seems to be very little actual proof to back up these claims, and it appears that when it comes to the more plausible rumors, these will begin not long after the death of Z Money in March 2023, with one of the first alleged victims of Jeff following Z Money's murder being a young man called Lil Pooh, real name Pierre Boozer Jr., who hailed from Jeff's old stomping grounds, being allegedly part of the Flipside set who repped the 93rd Street. However, Pooh was seemingly well affiliated in the East Side, with his brother allegedly being part of the 95 mob located in the Princeton Park neighborhood, while Pooh was also, according to some, allegedly affiliated with none other than Trap City, with him even having 067 in his Instagram profile name. However, there's very little to be shown about his affiliations on his social media. To the contrary, there's more to be shown about.
It's like a lot of gangs, bro, in other cities are all made by Chicago gangs. Like, bro, it's literally everybody's taking niggas' names from like Buka, all of them niggas' names from Chicago, and like, bro, I done met niggas and they be like, yo, my name Dirk. Like, nigga, what? Your name is not Dirk, gang. Like, you just got that from Chicago Dirk. Like, my point of me saying that though is, I hear all these names and hoods that they naming, bro, and they got the same shit in my city, bro. It's either we started this shit or we dick riding. Which one is it?
Shazam!
Shit crazy.
At Pooh's connection with the Bloodhounds, although the reason behind these connections could be either affiliation or rivalry. Whatever the case, at the time of his death, Pooh was seemingly living far away from Flipside, Trap City, or Drill City, all the way outside of the borders of Chicago on the 1800 block of 223rd Street in the community of Sauk Village. There, on the 9th of April 2023, a few weeks after the death of Z Money, police would respond to reports of shots fired and find an unresponsive Pooh laying on the front lawn of his home with multiple gunshot wounds, and his death would soon be ruled a homicide. Unfortunately, it seems that from the beginning, the police had very little to go on to solve Pooh's murder, and they would end up reaching out to the public in the hope that they would receive some clues or witnesses might step forward, but these clues would never seemingly materialize, and this murder remains unsolved. However, in this case, there are several examples of Lil Jeff seemingly claiming responsibility for Pooh's murder. For example, on the 9th of April 2024, the French Chicago drill aficionado Squid Ape would make a tribute post to Pooh on his Instagram, which would quickly gather numerous comments of people laughing at his death, which one commenter would ask what he had done to invoke such a reaction, to which Lil Jeff himself would comment saying that Pooh had been dissing Z Money. Then, a few days before Jeff's death, an unreleased song of him was leaked online. The song
Hello? I'm recording a video. From where? From where? I mean, I just ate some lasagna right now. We could go like in 2-3 hours. I'm gonna be hungry again.
Shazam!
I don't know. Just give me a place. I did the last thing. I'm in the middle of a video. I gotta call you back. Alright. Let's get back into this video. No interrupting my video. One more time.
Shazam!
I'm KDG.
describes Pooh's death, saying how Pooh had dissed Z Money and now he's gone, before describing someone waiting for him to come home whilst laying in the grass outside his house. This bar seemingly describing exactly what might have taken place before Pooh's murder. On Reddit, one commenter would point out how Jeff had been hanging out with members from Flipside not long before his death, whilst guessing that this is why the song was never officially released at the time. However, on Jeff's posthumous album Stepping in Blood, this song is indeed included with the title In Your Home. But what makes the matter even more confusing is the fact that one of Pooh's good friends from Flipside would seemingly post an earnest tribute to Jeff following his death. And to make matters even more complicated, Jeff by no means wasn't the only one dissing Pooh after his death. Only a few days before the murder of Pooh, a young man would be killed in the community of Park Forest during an altercation at a house party. Park Forest being only a short drive away from Pooh's Sauk Village community. As it would turn out, the killed man was not just anyone, but an actual blood brother of the infamous rapper and Chicago drill, Wooski, originally from the STL EBT set. His brother, who was called Lowski, real name Ladarius Williams, allegedly belonged to a set called E-Block, and also apparently was part of a clique called Haddyway, which much like the Bloodhound.
Yo, it's literally hella hoods in Chicago, gang. Like, no bullshit, gang. You see how this 70 right here? 71? I'll be a whole nother hood, bro. They got, like, even a shit like this in Jersey, too, but it's not that to the extreme like that. You got a couple blocks till you get to your op shit. Bro, niggas that be from 69th or whatever right here be they ops, gang. I swear to God, they ops be the next block over, bro. I never go, bro. Two places I never go. I've been to Philly before, but, like, nah, I've been to the hood part of Philly. I ain't gonna lie. I've been in the hood part, young bull. I ain't even gonna lie, young bull. But Chicago, gang, I'm not going. Why do I want to go to somebody's hood? I'll just go to my hood. I'll go to Newark. Like, I'll go somewhere else, like, in my area. Like, what I look like, niggas be like, I want to go to Chicago to see where Dirk grew up at. No, I don't. I want to see where Dirk at now. I want to see where these niggas at now. I don't know.
Shazam!
Why would I want to go to their hood?
Allegedly consists of members from a few different sets and is named after a boy called Hadi, who was killed in 2016. This clique having been in a deadly war with JB Bin Laden's 400 East set for years. As the rumor would be, Pooh had allegedly had something to do with Lowski's death, and following Pooh's death, the members of the Hadi Way would also seemingly claim to have been behind his murder. Meanwhile, following Jeff's death, Pooh's brother would rejoice on social media, laughing at how everyone who had dissed his brother had ended up getting shot themselves. However, who all these people were besides Jeff was not entirely clear, as it seems that Pooh was a known menace on the East Side, as a rapper affiliated with the Mixed Mob set called Lou Glocks would say in his tribute to Pooh. This being yet another example that Pooh seemingly had both many affiliations, but also many enemies on the East Side. But then, coming into the summer of 2023, Jeff would allegedly catch someone that almost no one would deny being his likely victim. As mentioned earlier, the murder of Z Money would allegedly break down the decade-plus long affiliations between Trap City or Chris World and Drill City, with Jeff and his Bloodhound friends from that point onwards seemingly being consumed by their urge for a get-back for Z Money. In the song 333, which would seemingly first leak or be unofficially put out by Jeff's team some weeks before his death, the track would officially be released on the 14th of July with a music video that was filmed while Jeff was...
It's crazy how all of them passed away. Like, the time periods that they was passing is like, it was like one died, then a couple months somebody else passed. It's just crazy, bro. Like, it's crazy. Like, damn, bro. All of them niggas was hard. Like, I just got on the Q50 though. I ain't even about to sit here in jail. Certain shit he dropped was hard, but like, I never really listened to Q50. For me, it was mainly Jeff and no other one.
Still alive. In the song, Jeff raps a bar about the Bloodhounds shooting so much on the Rhodes Avenue that their ops had to shut their trap down. This bar likely referring particularly to the Rhodes Avenue roughly between the 66th and 68th streets, which is one of the main areas of Trap City or Chris World. Indeed, looking at sources like Chicago's Spot News, who follow the CPD's police radio traffic, there would be numerous times that gunshots would be reported around that area during the summer and fall of 2023. In fact, in his February 2024 song called Striker, Jeff even specifically implies that they are the reason why Trap City's hood is so often on Spot News. However, the alleged get back for Z Money would surprisingly take place far away from the hood of Trap City. On the 25th of June...
Wow, that's crazy. When I'll be rapping that in the community on the spot. Oh, that's crazy, bro. Shit, crazy.
At around 8:55 p.m, Trap City member called Leil, real name Jaleel Goins, will be sitting in a parked rideshare car in the Little Italy neighborhood near the University of Illinois Chicago campus. This neighborhood, sometimes now called Little Italy or University Village, is these days a truly upmarket neighborhood that's experienced high levels of gentrification since its inception as the home of many of Chicago's first Italian immigrants, and the demolition of all the large public housing complexes during the 2000s. By all accounts, this is one of the safest neighborhoods in Chicago and one of the last places where one should expect to be a victim of gun violence.
I can understand that. So he probably was out there on some like, cool, I'm on some regular shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm in a cut, I ain't gonna catch me. Yeah, that's how majority of the time, when you think you good, majority of the time, that's how people be getting up out of here.
Nevertheless, while Leil was sitting in his rideshare car on the 1300 block of West Taylor Street, someone would approach the car on foot and open fire through the rear passenger window, shooting inside the car numerous times before running away. The rideshare driver would immediately take off and drive the seriously wounded Leil to the nearest hospital, which was less than a mile away, but by that time, it would already be too late and Leil would be pronounced dead upon arriving at the hospital. The local ABC 7 News would be at the scene later that night and the next morning, interviewing the locals who had witnessed the shooting, with one of them explaining how the police may have counted 8 shots on the car window, but she claimed to have heard more than 20. This perhaps said something about the type of gun that was used in the shooting.
Well, as you know, these are very busy sidewalks. Here in Little Italy, you often have people walking to restaurants, bars, and stores, and last night was no different. Unfortunately, a young man lost his life, and a young man who is very well connected to an organization that many people in Chicago and across the country are familiar with, Project Hood. This evening, a statement from the founder about condolences and their recommitment to the work they do. Chicago police investigating a fatal shooting yesterday evening. 19-year-old Lil Goins was pronounced dead at Rush University Medical Center, but police and nearby...
And that's what I be saying, bro. Like, niggas be all, yo, I'm trying to be in the streets, I'm trying to be in the trenches. Everybody want to jump off the porch, bro. But this what that shit come with too, bro. I don't be understanding that shit, bro. I got so many friends that, like, feel me, that want to be in the streets and shit. I be trying to tell them, bro, get some money, get up out the way, start a YouTube channel, do something, gang. I'm telling you, do something else, bro. If you in the streets, gang, this shit dumb, bro. You putting your mother through stress, mad crazy shit, bro. You go to jail, and then some people get shot, come back to life. Well, not come back, don't die. You know what I'm saying? And be paralyzed. You want to be in a wheelchair? You want a nigga to put you in a wheelchair, gang? It's not worth it, gang. And I'm not even trying to be funny. You feel me? There's people out there, and I know people that's in a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not worth it. The gang shit is really dumb, bro. I don't be understanding it, bro. Like, I really don't be understanding the gang. Like, what's the point of you? My homie, Like, only time I get on that is if I'm around cars. I'm a car nigga, bro. Like, I don't understand. Everybody want to be a drill, but then when they go to jail, they want to snitch. Like, I don't get it.
Residents tell us the incident began in the 1300 block of West Taylor Street, where Goins was a passenger in a rideshare and was shot. And the rideshare driver drove Goins to the hospital.
I knew it was shots. And like I said, I was in my bedroom, and I kind of ran like on the side of my bedroom, on the other side of the wall, because, you know, bullets don't have eyes.
I thought that was it. I thought that was it.
This woman was outside to meet someone. She tells me she was looking down at her phone, then heard the shots. She thought she had been shot, but she had not.
I'm down there on the ground crying and shaking and stuff. Pow, pow, pow. They said it was like 8 shots.
Traumatizing old people.
No, I believe it was more than...
Probably was. He probably didn't want to do the paperwork.
Corey Brooks confirms Goins was the son of an employee of Project Hood, releasing a statement saying in part, "Today, we are not just an organization. We are a family mourning the loss of a young life taken far too soon."
I'm still processing it because I'm still shaking.
It's scary. You know, we should be able to walk out our door, walk to get something to eat, walk to get the newspaper. Stuff is happening everywhere, but something definitely needs to be done about the crime.
Pastor Brooks tells us that Goins was a son of their executive assistant as well as a brother of their youth manager in his...
But I don't like that, though. At the same time, niggas know what they signed up for, bro. I hate when the parents be coming on the thing. My baby wasn't this, my baby wasn't that. Your baby was with that shit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, your baby was with that shit. And then niggas be wanting to cry and shit when shit happened, but your baby was dissing niggas' dads, you feel me? They just got up on your baby. Like, we gotta keep it 100 in 2025, bro. Can we do that for once, bro? Niggas be always wanna, your baby was with that shit too at the same time. That's what I be trying to say, bro. I'm gonna keep it real here, bro. I ain't never gonna, feel me?
Statement, he went on to say, "This reminds us of the need to stand together against gun violence."
Now you want everybody to stand together, but now if it was vice versa, and they would have, feel me? It's crazy, bro.
To the investigation, Chicago police tell us at this point, no one in custody, no motive.
Following the incident, the rideshare driver too would open up about his traumatic experience, explaining how Leil had likely passed away already during the short drive to the hospital.
The rideshare driver whose passenger was shot to death in his car near UIC is opening up about the traumatic experience.
Prayers for the driver, though. I ain't gonna lie. I know he traumatized. He's never doing Uber ever again or whatever he was doing.
19-year-old Lil Goins was shot after getting into Robert Smith's car on Sunday night. Smith says he hit the gas when someone standing outside of the car started shooting. He rushed Goins to the hospital where he was pronounced dead.
I was running stop signs and intersections to get away. So at one intersection I had to stop because there was a car coming through.
Then at the same time, he don't hold. I know he was driving like 70 miles. I would have been pushing it there.
And then I turned to him and said, "Hey,
he don't hold. You could tell he don't hold."
Take you to the hospital, and he said okay. Then the next time I stopped, I had to stop at a light because there was 2 cars coming through the intersection. So
I'm eating that light on, bro. We gonna get there. Oh, I turned the volume off.
I looked back then and, he wasn't moving anymore.
Police have
You
not
was
made
supposed to
any
be
arrests.
talking to him the whole time. Yo, stay up, gang. Like, bro, some people actually be really slow as shit, gang. I swear to God, bro, I never lie to you, bro. Some people are real life slow as shit. If you got a passenger in the backseat of your car, you should be saying, yo, gang, stay up, stay up. We still got this, yo. Uber, like, some shit, gang. I don't know, bro. You should be saying something, gang. You just...
In this shoot.
Oh, he died? Like, what?
The very next day, on the 26th of June, Jeff, together with JB and Q50, would drop their remix to Lil Yachty's popular track Coffin, reusing the beat and making their own
That shit was fire, I heard that.
version of the song with the same name. The song and music video had obviously been made a long time before Leil's death, but the timing of the drop is still pretty interesting given the title of this track, Coffin. And the music video for Coffin begins with Q50 showing an old video of Z Money to the camera as the title of the song is placed on top of it, and the video ends with Q50 making a Z hand sign to the camera, showing that the death of Z Money was certainly playing a major role in their lives at this point. While in the lyrics, Lil Jeff largely continues his usual antics, talking about toting switches and Dracos and killing his ops with face shots, as well as saying how their ops are sneak dissing and throwing subliminals, before ending his verse by saying how he might rob a rapper next while showing two bust-down watches fully flooded with diamonds on his arm. The implication seemingly being that Jeff was already deep in his habit of robbing people of their watches at this point, with him even rapping that he might rob a rapper that just signed a record deal. And for the record, these watches are serious licks. These aren't vintage Datejust we're talking about. The two watches being shown off in
I ain't gonna lie, gang. It'd be crazy if they throw all this shit on Q50 and bag him. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if they could do that, but
Shazam!
watch out.
FBI, open up!
They might pull up Q50. I ain't gonna lie. Because I'm just listening to all of this, and it's just crazy. The only person that's still alive is Q50. It was him and Bloodhound Lil Jeff. It's crazy.
this video are serious pieces. One is an iced out Rolex day date, which would be worth at least $33,000 if real.
That's a good one.
The other appears to be a fully iced out Audemars Piguet Royal Oak chronograph with Arabic numerals. Now, I'm not saying that this watch is definitely fake, but I did do a lot of digging and I couldn't find a single listing for an AP in two-tone with the same dial layout and the Arabic numerals like the one Jeff's wearing in this video. Like, I couldn't find one at all. It doesn't exist. But I did find very similar configurations to the watch that Jeff's wearing, going for around $50,000 to $70,000. Perhaps it's an AP that's been customized, or
I'll go buy a car before I buy that watch. I'm cool with my Apple Watch. You spending a bag on them shits. Nah.
perhaps it's fake, as I did find a very similar looking fake one for less than $600. But anyway, after dropping the song Coffin, Jeff would take a few months long hiatus from dropping new music, but he would still remain active on social media. During one Instagram live from this period that's still available online, Jeff describes how they are the reason their ops are dead or in a wheelchair, before Q50 notices someone who appears to be from Trap City commenting on the live how Jeff and Q50 are sharing the same Marnie mask, to which Q50 reacts by beginning to clap his hands, while putting on a smile that can only be described as devious, giving Jeff a run for his money for the #1 Joker of Chirac.
The other day in a wheelchair, they got shot or they brought a mag.
Hey, who you talking about, boy? Hey. We was just talking on the phone. We was just cool. So who the fuck you talking about?
The martial arts.
They said we sharing a Marnie mask. So first grade, we just had a mask that we, you know.
That's the hat.
What the fuck is that? That's a hat.
That's just like this.
The clapping of hands would eventually become somewhat of a trademark for Q50 when referring to killing ops or getting back for Z Money.
Y'all move out here. Everybody probably see y'all got the Z Money tattoo on your face. It's probably real noticeable.
You know that. You see, that's that related. That's that get back for my man. That's that get back for my man. That's that get back for my man.
Y'all basically let us know who that is too. We see y'all keep his name alive every chance y'all get.
That's cuz. That's our cousin, folks. Me and folks cousin.
You see photos, lead us.
Real sandbox, baby.
Let us know like the impact he had on the hood that he.
You see his tattoo on my face. You see.
Hey, look, relentless. That's like that. Look. The same I cried about, you know.
Anyway, more Trap City members would soon enter the chat, aiming their disses particularly at Q50, saying how he just came outside in 2020, and pointing out that he has Z Money tatted on his face but hasn't even known him for over 5 years, as well as saying,
"Oh, that's some shit we gotta talk about." I'm not gonna lie, bro. Niggas be out here, they join the gang, bro. Word to my mother. A nigga join a gang today and be claiming dead niggas from 5 years ago that they never met, bro. I never understood that shit. Niggas be like, yo, I'm from such and such block. Yeah, my dead man's where no talking. You don't even know that nigga, bro. You probably had 1 or 2 interactions with the nigga, bro. I don't be understanding why people do that, gang. Like, come on, gang. You don't even know him, gang. Like, come on. I don't be understanding that. The niggas be trying to put him in a bio and shit. Like, it's a corny ass out of here, bro.
Shazam!
That he used to be just a gamer, to which Q50 would once again respond simply by clapping at the camera.
Hey, why do niggas talk about niggas running? Oh, ain't no ever have you running, folks.
Hey, look though, folks.
They got no money on racks, man.
Listen, I saw my shit.
Hey, hold on. Even if folks came outside yesterday, guess what?
What they say, I can't see no.
A lot of niggas ain't even gonna bounce.
Alright, that's a compliment.
Alright, the comments, they said Quill just came outside, got that man on my dick, on my L's. Come on now. On first grade, I've been just, no.
Hey, L, yo, just start doing used to ride horses in the hood. Shut up.
This back and forth would only intensify, with Vert now addressing Trap City explicitly, while Q50 would reminisce about the times that he allegedly made Trap City members run, before the discussion would eventually turn to Leil, with Jeff saying how he can't even smoke with you if you don't smoke Leil.
I wasn't even talking about them good. They had some goofy to me now, because I wasn't even talking about them. I ain't even said that about 67. They had some straight peons for me. They did that themselves. I wasn't even talking about them. They came trying to come into my life and be funny. Yeah, folks used to ride horses. Why you talking about some this, that? You know all that. I see where it is. What is that? 80 of them want to be so cool with 67, and that's what it is. I see that. Oh, man.
They say I woke up, started spinning. That's like, you know what I'm saying? That's a compliment. Hey, L's on my dear grandmother grave. Please go stand on your block right now and I'll finish show you just like I did. No.
Yeah.
So, folks, can we get half that list last today?
Off that Leil?
You don't want to smoke Leil, I ain't trying to match. I ain't gonna lie.
Let's play a new
If you ain't smoking my eyes, I can't smoke your eyes.
Then, after taking almost half a year break from dropping new music, Jeff would come out with a new song and music video together with Vert in late December 2023, a track titled Stretched. In the song, Jeff ends his verse by rapping how he caught one of his ops in a bowl, this more specifically meaning a fishbowl, which is a reference to somebody being caught in a car with windows that are not tinted, making them an easy
I'm mad he actually typed it and Googled it. Like, people like this be living in like Seattle, all the way out the way, bro. Fuck around and live on Hawaii or some shit. He lives somewhere, bro, out the loop. And he just sit back and watch us be dumb and post dumb stuff and then criminalize ourselves on the internet. And like, he just capture it, cut the clips up, and make money off us. We gotta stop doing this dumb shit, bro. Stop posting everything. If you got a gun, bro, don't post it. It's for protection. I don't be understanding, bro. Don't go live.
Target, with this obviously seeming like a clear reference to the fact that Leil was caught in a parked rideshare car. Jeff would later make the same fishbowl reference during one of his IG lives, saying how he's trying to catch a shark in a shark tank.
I caught a in a fishbowl. Trying to see if you would catch a big shark in a fish tank.
And a few months later, in March 2024, the Trap City and Leil dissing would continue as Jeff and Vert released a song and music video titled FTO, a common abbreviation for F the Ops. And on the song, Vert first raps how his old friends have become his ops now, before Jeff comes in, starting his verse with a wild opening line, saying that he left 7 people dead in his city, and this time dissing Leil by name, saying how he's not giving any passes and anyone lacking is getting smoked, before saying how they're smoking on a Leil pack. Later that same month, Jeff and JB Bin Laden would release their song and music video titled Run But Can't Hide, where Jeff raps just like Vert in the previous song that he's now beefing with guys that he used to be so close with that they used to sleep in the same bed. This would be almost word for word the same thing that Jeff's mother would allegedly tell him in a text message, where she appeared to praise him for the murders he was doing in the streets and appearing to be an
What the fuck? See, I keep getting caught off track, bro. Niggas texting me. I'm trying to text foreign shit. Hold on.
with that they used to sleep in the same bed. This would be almost word for word the same thing that Jeff's mother would allegedly tell him in a text message.
Shazam! FBI, open up!
Yo, my mother never, ever text me something like that. I said, is that my boy? What, nigga? Bro, my mother would have came, pulled up on me from down south, came and blah, 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 blah. Like, my mom would have came on my shit crazy, bro. Nah, your mother should have seen this coming then, gang. No disrespect. No disrespect. I want no smoke with the Bloodhounds. You get what I'm saying? But this shit crazy, gang. Your mom sent you this, gang. Like, your mom actually texted you and sent you this shit, gang. Nah, this is crazy. His mom gotta be with the shits, bro. She gotta be with the shits, bro. Ain't no way.
Where she appeared to praise him for the murders he was doing in the streets and appearing to be in awe of her son's violent reputation, saying, "Go ahead, son."
And then she threw the exclamation mark showing on it, bro. Nah, his mom diabolical, chat. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta watch her. His mom fucking around. She be the type to still try to slide. I gotta duck my taco. I don't want no smoke. You feel me? It's just a reaction video. I'm giving my opinion. But his mom definitely was with the shits.
Ringing bells in the streets. I said, "Is that my boy?" And going on to say that she loves to see him sliding on the kids who slept in the same bed as him as a child. With this old Instagram story.
So that mean that they actually, I ain't gonna lie, that mean that his mom be down the back door, nigga, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Jeff, showing this supposed text exchange with his mother, going viral after his death, and even getting reactions from channels like No Jumper. Dissing Leil in Trap City had now become a common occurrence in the Bloodhound's music and would continue like clockwork. In the song No Tomorrow by Q50, Jeff and a rapper called FG Red dropped with a music video in April 2024. Q50 raps how he calls the last dead op from the 67th, aka Trap City, an Uber pack. And this was once again followed by that same month with Jeff's solo song Tony Montana, where Jeff raps how they're killing their ops while the ops are throwing up L's. This once again seemingly being a direct reference to Leil, as Jeff and the Bloodhounds would also make it their habit following the death of Leil to drop L's as a diss to him. In the song 333 by Lil Jeff, Q50, and the honorary Bloodhound member Lil Scoom from a set called The Burly Boys, that would first appear online in May 2024, but would later be released after Jeff's death, together with a music video. Jeff would once again seemingly reference catching Leil inside of a car, saying how Leil saw him and realized he was stuck. Even after his death, new songs would keep coming out, where Jeff references catching someone in a drive-share car, such as one song that was aptly titled Lift, that seemingly leaked shortly after his death, where Jeff raps how he makes his ops disappear like magic and that somebody shouldn't have been driving in that lift. Jeff himself would also acknowledge that he was dissing Leil in almost every song on his posthumous album, Stepping in Blood, on the song In Your Home. There's also some rumors that Q50 had in fact gotten shot in the leg not long before the murder of Leil, possibly by Trap City, with Jeff and Q50 sometimes seemingly referencing this in their songs. Meanwhile, Trap City members were mourning their loss, with even respected older members like OTF Black and Trap City Rob changing their Facebook profile pictures to pictures of Leil soon after his death. However, the death of Leil would also hit very close to home for even Jeff himself, due to his father being from the area that's now part of Trap City. And following his passing, many people who were seemingly close to Jeff's father would post their tributes to Leil. The rapper Tero, who used to be close with Vert before the beef between Drill City and Trap City, would also make a tribute to Leil in late 2023, saying how he wished he could get him back, to which Jeff would troll Tero by liking the post with an emoji that's hugging a heart. No wonder then that the very next day, Tero would repost another picture of him with Leil, this time with a message implying that the next year, the Bloodhounds were going to go extinct. This post, now seemingly eerily prophetic, giving what would indeed take place in 2024. But before 2023 would come to a close, two other people would lose their lives under mysterious circumstances, with these two becoming the latest victims of Lil Jeff, according to online rumors. In the early morning hours of November the 1st, 2023, a man and a woman were inside a parked car on the 8300 block of South Dorchester Avenue, which is in Mix Mob's hood. These two were known in the streets as Lil Deuce, real name Donardo Buford, allegedly from a set called Foster Park, located in the Auburn Gresham.
Like, that's crazy how he know they name and everything, bro. Is that him? Oh, that's not him. But that's crazy, bro.
Neighborhood located in the far south side, and he was with an infamous female gangster known as D-Money, real name Desiree McGee, who is allegedly affiliated with numerous sets, including the infamous Woodlawn sets like STL EBT, Gyro City, and Taekwondo World, as well as the E-Block Hardaway set from the east side that Wooski's brother Lowski was part of. While the two were sitting in the vehicle, the car was reportedly approached by two suspects who would open fire on D-Money and Lil Deuce, shooting D-Money once whilst hitting Deuce multiple times in the chest, with both of them being transported to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where they would unfortunately both be pronounced dead.
We're told it was around 12:39 Wednesday morning when a 19-year-old man and a 25-year-old woman were sitting inside of a parked vehicle. Police are saying the two suspects fired shots, hitting the 19-year-old man multiple times in his chest. The 25-year-old woman was shot once in her torso. Both were taken to UFC emergency room where they were pronounced dead. As of right now, no one is in custody, but Area 3 detectives are now investigating this. If you have any information that could lead to an arrest, please feel like you to contact them immediately. For now, we're here in the Mary Nook neighborhood. I'm Glenn Marshall, WGN News.
This is another one of the rumors regarding Jeff's alleged body count that seems to have very little proof going for it, and many drill fans on places like Reddit and Chiracology have seemed either confused about this rumor or have straight up denied it, with one of the few pieces of evidence used to justify this claim being a post made by Jeff on April 2024 when he would quote an unreleased King Von song whilst adding 10 emojis after the lyrics, with many fans considering this as Jeff literally listing all 10 of his supposed victims, with number 7 of the emojis being a so-called woman's hat emoji. This emoji then supposedly being a reference to D-Money. Interestingly, Jeff would actually seemingly go back and edit this caption, switching the hat emoji to a princess emoji, making it even more obvious that he was indeed seemingly referring to a female victim. The so-called rescue worker's helmet emoji next to it, on the other hand, is much more open for interpretation, with one possible option being that the emoji's red color actually refers to the Black Pea Stones, who were known to rep the color red, with Foster Park, where Lil Deuce was from, actually being a Black Pea Stone stronghold. Or alternatively, Deuce could be symbolized by the crown emoji on either side of the princess emoji, crown being one of the symbols used by the People's
This shit is crazy.
Nation gang alliance that the Black Pea Stones belongs to. In fact, in a tribute video for Lil Deuce posted on his Instagram story after his death, his family can be seen putting crown decorations on top of a cake for his 20th birthday. Following the death of D-Money, Jeff would also boast on social media how the Bloodhounds were killing everyone, including women and kids.
Hey, Lil Fredo, what you want, Lil Cuz? I still love you, folk, but it's like my little brother feel how he feel, and I'm around with him right or wrong or dead wrong, you know that. So it is what it is, folk. I wish y'all the best of luck, but we do spank ass, and you know this personally. For real, we really kill kids, bitch. If it get to that point.
And the nigga is live, bro. If he was still alive, gang, I'm not gonna lie, he was going down for all of this. They was gonna K-Flock him, I ain't gonna lie. They was gonna hit him with a Rico or something. The bigger he would've got, it would've been over.
Make me mad enough, mamas will start getting all type of my shit known right. My shit really up and purse fuck with my head, face ass, neck ass, back ass.
It's also worth noting that D-Money was seemingly close with numerous members of Trap City and would do stuff like promote their music and wish them a happy birthday on their social media. Moreover, some people close to D-Money, such as the rapper Flame, who is also from the SDL, EBT, Gyro City and Taekwondo World areas, would seemingly diss Lil Jeff following his death. There was also seemingly some kind of connection between Jeff and Lil Deuce, as the two were actually following each other on Instagram. But while these two victims seem like wild rumors at best, the next two are commonly believed to be the work of Jeff and the other Bloodhounds, with these two victims in many ways launching Jeff into the spotlight and helping him rise to become one of the most infamous names in modern Chicago drill, as well as being one of the most ruthless shootings the west side of Chicago had ever seen.
Alright, man, that's the end of this video. That's crazy, man. Y'all comment below. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about the video. If you're new to the channel, man, make sure you smash that like and that subscribe button. We on the grind to 5K subs by the end of the summer, man. Catch out the next one, man. No kizzy, no cap. It's your boy, KDG. 2 times, man. Not 1 time, but 2 times, man. Y'all know the vibes, man.